Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Muhammad Umar Bisharakram. My metric number is 23DLS 19F1022. And today, me and my group, which is group 6 from class DLS 4B, will present about the company kuehne. Before we start to present, I will let my group members to introduce themselves first.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Firdaus Akmal bin Zulkifli. My number matric is 23DLS19F1048.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Afzuddin bin Muhammad Lazim. Matric number 23DLS19F1064 from DLS4B.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amri bin Romaezi and my matric number is 23DLS 19F1060 and I am from class DLS 4B.
For my part of presentation, I will explain about the company's background and the company's strategy performance. The name kuehne is actually came from the founder's name, which is August Kuehne and Friedrich Nagel, in the year 1890 in Bremen, Germany. Kuehne provide sea freight, air freight forwarding, and contract logistic and overland business. They initially used to concentrate on cotton and consolidate freight. Later in 1902, they start to expand their operation to the German seaport city of Hamburg. Later in the year 1907, the co-founder, which is Friedrich Nagel, died, and the other founder, which is August Kuehne, took his shares in the company. The legacy of Friedrich Nagel still lives on the company's name. After that, their business started to expanding widely, especially in the Europe, but up until the World War I started, it started to affect their business very badly. After all the hardship that they have gone through throughout the years, it is finally paid off because in 2010, kuehne was one of the leading global freight forwarder, accounting for nearly 15% of the world air and sea freight business by revenue, ahead of DHL, Global Forwarding, and DB Schenker Logistics. Now I'm going to present about the organization chart of the company. The CEO of the company today is Dr. Detlef Trefger. Dr. Detlef Trefger has become the CEO of the company since 31st January 2015. The chairman of the company is Mr. George Wall. Mr. George Wall has become one of the member of the director since 2008, and he started to become the chairman of the company since 2016. The vice chairman of the company is Mr. Carl Gennard. Mr. Carl Gennard has become the member of the director since 2008, and he become the vice chairman of the company since May 2016. Next, I will explain about the company's strategy performance. For the company's vision, the global logistic network is kuehne's strongest asset. Dedication, integration, and innovation are the heart of our business. For the company's mission, focus on our customers' need. We provide integrated logistic solutions of outstanding quality and operational excellence. We are the extension of your business. The company's strategy objective is to emphasize on giving IT-based logistic arrangement. Its cargo sending administration incorporate the fundamental cost of action for the vehicle of products by street and rail. Now, I'm going to present about the strategy planning that kuehne use. There is 5 strategy planning that kuehne use to predict the upcoming years. First is sustainability. sustainability has been a part of the corporate and social responsibility. The strategy is not new. However, in 2021, sustainability become a must and not a want. Consumers today are increasingly conscious of the social environmental impact of their behavior. They are demanding companies that they are associated with to have an equal amount of interest in being a catalyst for positive change. Technological advancement in environmental impact analysis also attribute to adoption of more meaningful sustainability program. The second strategy is responsive supply chain strategy. During the height of uncertainty throughout the pandemic in 2020, the entire economy's country and supply chain were forced to lock down, while e-commerce demands thrive. This happened at multiple times and at varying degrees and will continue into 2021. Faced with this lockdown, company often deceleration the supply chain, which means holding the inventory in creative ways, slowing down the production, relying on the 3PL partners, warehouse capacity, and more. The third strategy is sourcing strategies revisited. The potential margin improvement of a global over domestic sourcing strategy has always driven international supply chain. The process for establishing the required infrastructure, however, can be very costly, requires foresight and intense planning. After the first lockdown were lifted, supply chain raced to meet growing and unmet demand. Space become constrained and ports are congested. However, more impactful was the containerized equipment shortage, lack of equipment to fulfill demand. The fourth strategy is focused on strategic partnership. Although 2020 was non-discriminately tough for shipper and 3PL alike, a relation paradigm shift emerged, allowed for more strategic win-win scenario. Price took over the backseat to service as the most compelling aspect of 3PL offering, creating a symbiotic relationship between shippers and 3PL to meet end customer demand. The fifth strategy is to accelerate digital transformation. It has been years, even decades, that company has been digitizing their supply chain. In 2021, the hunt to digitize at the finest level of granularity across all aspects of supply chain will continue and accelerate. Kuehne & Nagel expect more companies who have struggled to digitize due to legacy system change management or desperate application to prioritize digital transformation. Advanced company will focus on creative solutions. Now, I'm going to explain about Kuehne & Nagel's Portal 5 forces. The first threat is threat of new entrant. Entering in the industry requires substantial capital and resource investment. This force also loses strength if product differentiation is high and customer place high importance to the unique experience. Kuehne & Nagel in the Asia Pacific will face the low threat of new entrant if the existing regulatory framework impose certain challenge to the new firms interested to enter the market. The solution to the threat is Kuehne & Nagel in Asia Pacific can develop brand loyalty by working on customer relationship management. It will raise psychological switch costs. It can develop long-term contractual relationship with distributors to widen access to the target market. Kuehne & Nagel in Asia Pacific can also be an investment to research and development activity, get valuable customer data and introduce innovative product or service to set strong differentiation basis. The second threat is threat of substitute product or service. The threat is a cheaper substitute product or service is available from another industry. Psychological switching costs of moving from industry to substitute product are low. Substitute product offers the same or even superior quality and performance as offered by kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific product. The solution to that threat is kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific can reduce the threat of substitute product or service by clearly emphasizing how its offered product or service is better than the available substitutes. It should provide convincing reason to customer by offering a better experience and high value for money. It can raise switching costs by working on loyalty. The third threat is rivalry among existing firms. The rivalry among existing firms will be low if for kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific if there are only limited number of players in the market. The industry is growing at a fast rate. There is a clear leader. The products are highly differentiated, and each market player targets different subsegments. And the economic and psychological switching costs for consumer are high. The exit barriers are low, which means firms can easily leave the industry without incurring huge losses. And the solution for that threat is kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific should focus on implicit needs and expectation of its customer to strengthen the differentiation basis. It should raise switching costs by developing long-term customer relationship. The organization should also invest in research and development activities to identify new customer segment. In some cases, collaborating with competitors can be mutually beneficial. The fourth threat is bargaining power of supply. Bargaining power of supply will be high for kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific if suppliers have concentrated into a specific region and their concentration is higher than their buyer. This force the particularly strong when the cost of switching from one supplier to another is high for the buyer. For example, due to contractual relationships, when suppliers are a few and demand for the offered product is high, it strengthens the supplier's position against kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific. Suppliers forward integration weakens the kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific's position as they also become the competitors in the area. The solution for that threat is kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific can strengthen its position against supplier by decreasing the dependency on one of or a few supplier. It will increase its price sensitivity. Developing a long-term contractual relationship with supplier from different regions not only lower their bargain power but also allows kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific to improve its supply chain efficiency. Finally, kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific can also find the alternate ways of producing the product if product demand is high enough and the firm has required competency and expertise. The fifth threat is bargaining power of buyer. There are some factors that increase the bargaining power of buyer. A more concentrated buyer base in increase their bargaining power against kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific. Buyer power will also high if there are few in number, whereas the number of sellers are too many. Low switching costs are also increased by the buyer's bargaining power. In case of corporate customer, their ability to backward integration strengthen the position in the market. Backward integration shows the buyer ability to produce the product themselves instead of purchasing from the kuehne nagel in the Asia Pacific. And solution to the threat is kuehne nagel in Asia Pacific can manage a bargain power of buyers by increasing the diversifying their customer base. It can be done by introducing new product, target new market segment, and adopting the product diversification strategy. Marketing and promotional strategy can also be helpful in this regard. Building loyalty and embedding innovation and offering excellent customer experience. That's all from me. Thank you for listening, and I will pass my presentation to the next presenter.
Okay, for my part, I would like to present about the IT application in the company. Okay, as we know, for your information, kuehne are using EDI, which is electronic data interchange in their IT application. Okay, what is EDI? Okay, electronic data interchange (EDI) is the direct computer to computer exchange of business document in a standard electronic data format between business partners. So as EDI, what can we see is the way customer communicate with the logistic company like kuehne. Okay, next, EDI is automated communication that allows to simplify interaction with kuehne while improving accuracy, speed, and reduce costs. Okay, for this point, what can we see is kuehne can helps to create lean process, improve data quality, and maximize the technology investment by avoiding manual work and administrating shipment while using customer on system. Okay, for the next slide is about the company's flow order processing. Okay, from the information I get, there is five steps in order processing flow, which is first, customer places order, and then the payment is successful. Next, we have received order, and after that, the item picked, packed, and shipped. And for the lastly is the order delivered to the customer hands. Okay, first, receiving an order, which is when someone decide to buy goods from you. Okay, keeping track of incoming orders may be relatively simple, but when it starting up, but it gets a lot trickier if more orders start coming in from various sales channel. Okay, second, payment process. Okay, customer choose a payment process that highly trusted, secure, and reliable. Is an absolute must to maintain a quality e-commerce order management process. Without one, you may miss out multiple sales, or worse is to fulfill an order without releasing payment hasn't yet gone through. Okay, next is for the order picking. For the order picking, they have 4 types of order picking, which is first, single order, second, batch picking, third, batch picking, zone picking, and wave picking. Okay, for the single order, which is each order is picked and brought back to the packing situation at one time. For the batch picking, a picker gets assigned a certain number of orders to pick one go before returning them all to the packaging desk. For the zone picking, each picker gets their own zone, which is in the warehouse, with item being added to an order as it gets passed through each zone. Okay, for the last is wave picking, which is all zones are picked at the same time and brought to a centralized desk to be consolidated and packed. Okay, for the last point is packing process, which is it is an opportunity to make a completely sure that sending the goods to the right sending the right products to the right customer and in a most efficient way. Which is they have three things that to be considered, which is first, verify order accuracy. Second, the box size, and the lastly is use appropriate packaging with that relevant to the goods or items. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. I will pass to the next presenter.
Logistics system, kuehne have designed a tool that can give complete control of shipment with MIKN. MIKN can have a strategy advantages to support your growth. A customer dashboard that let you assess your cost and overall logistic plan and can support a better decision making. MIKN can accomplish logistic tasks with 4 ways, which is quote, book, track and explore. Code can simply enter shipment detail and receive completed codes instantly. Book make reliable and certain booking using one convenient system with minimal data entry. Track can check the status of shipment and quick access to your own transport. And lastly is explore full integration with Sea Explorer ocean shipping options. The on flight logistics industry is your system integrate directly with kuehne thanks to application programming interface. Second, big data turns unstructured information into valuable insight, helping to make a better decision. Third, kuehne apply machine learning and artificial intelligence for better pattern recognition that assists with quality management and predictive maintenance. Fourth, Internet of Things, monitoring sensor track temperature and other data in real time during transportation. And lastly, blockchain technology supports the tamper-proof of exchange of data between partners and eliminate the need for additional communication channel, overcoming trust and data security issues.
My part for this assessment is benefit and limitation of e-commerce in supply chain for kuehne nagel. For the first is challenging but there a good sense of work-life balance. Salary or benefit could be improved as per rising cost of living in the UAE. Generally a good company to work for. Second is good work environment but need to improve the management. Company is good, learn a lot of things. I have started my journey as a fresher in logistics and supply chain, but the life in operation is very stressful. Third is fun workplace. Management is cool and have a good time in kuehne nagel. It's getting bonus on every year and incentive and payment are perfect. The life will be secure in kuehne nagel. 4 is productive but little conservative workplace with fixed hour. Kuehne nagel is an excellent place to work. People are accommodative and collaborative. Management is helpful and unbiased. The work culture is released. Proper training is provided at the beginning to operate system. Number 5 is current employees. If you work on the night shift, they offer a shift allowance. If you do overtime, you get time and a half. If you do overtime at night on a weekend, then you get the full compensation package, which is fairly good if I am honest. At other place, you get the same pay rate regardless of what shift you work.